Welcome to Pro 7. So, this is it. We've been trying to upgrade to ProPresenter 7 now for like 11 months is how long it's been out, and we've had one problem after another. So we haven't done it yet, but I think today is the day. So far everything is working like it should. I'm going to start with just a little bit of layout here. One of the big things you notice is that your preview window is now over here instead of over here. That's because their quote-unquote logical workflow works down, across, and then out the side here. So what that means for you is this library is kind of where everything, all the songs ever live. Now all I have in there is at the moment is this. I wanted to start fresh, just do a clean install and not carry over a bunch of the junk. So this is all we have in the library at the moment. So this will grow over time. And then we have our playlist, just like we did in Pro 6. So here we got the weekend, we got the announcement loop, and then we got our counter, and it helps. And so that'll work just like normal. You just click on a slide or use the arrow button or the space bar or whatever it is you do, and that will all work exactly the same as it did in 6. No differences there. Arrangement here, that button is here. So if you need to toggle the arrangement on and off, that button is here. The rest of these things are just like timers for announcements, notes on the thing, timeline, if we're automating stuff with like click tracks and stuff, which we're not, so not a big deal. Thought I had to sneeze. This is the announcement loop. I'll explain that in a second. And then default transitions, which everything we're going to do is default transition, so it doesn't really matter. These, you can turn the outputs on and off. So make sure these are green, because you can put something on the screen, turn that off, and they won't see it on the screen, which is good in a pinch, I guess, if we needed it to be. But here's what I'm going to say for Pro 7. There are some great features in it. However, I do feel like Pro 7 is catered more to smaller churches. So there are a lot of features in this that we're not going to use. Like for example, you can bring in a video camera, put it into Pro 7, put your lyrics on top of it, and send it out to Facebook all inside of ProPresenter. Which is great, but we're never going to use that because we have a real video system. So there are things in this software I feel like are good, but there's quite a few of the things we're just not going to use. So if you hear me say we're not going to use that, don't. I guess someday we may, but more than likely we're not going to. All right, let's talk. Here you got preview window a little bit. Instead of having your clear buttons up here, they're now over here along the side, so you can kind of see. I'll show you in a minute. When something is live, it shows up red here, and then you can clear just specific layers, or you can use your clear all button here. This is kind of a biggie. Before in Pro 6, you would you would hover over the little preview out here window, and you could change it to what you saw on the back screens. You can now do that here. So this is what you'll see in the side screens. This is what the LED strip looks like, or you can see the back wall. So if we change that to the back wall, you'll see all that's on there right now is some clocks. LED strip should be nothing because there's nothing going out, and side screen should be nothing. So that's a useful tool. All right, let's talk a little bit about announcement layer, because that is one of the big changes for us in Pro 7. Essentially, these things here are a hierarchy of things. So if announcement layer is showing, let's just go ahead and click on it. Anything that's below it in the hierarchy layer here is not going to show up. So we can click our graphics here, and you're not going to see it because it's below that layer, and this layer is full screen. Now, if this layer was only like showing here a graphic, now we would see the lyrics. But because it's not, it's full screen graphics. When this is on, nothing below it shows. This presents a couple of challenges for us. One of the nice things it does, and why I'm going to go ahead and use it instead of just putting them as full screen, like a full screen lyric like we've done before. You know, we would use this type of image, but then we would just put a picture on it. One of the reasons I'm going to go ahead and use the announcement layer, even though it could get us in trouble, is because we can still come in and edit. So now we can come in, you can come in and click on the sermon, and you can come in and click on these slides and see what they look like, kinda. One of the things I might do is set a screen here so you can preview that. It would be like a fake screen, but it'd be like a preview of what's going on here without looking at the announcements. Right now I haven't set that up yet, but it'd be nice to be able to come in and look at Merle's notes and what they're going to look like on the screen while that announcement layer is running. So I will, I just decided that would be a nice thing to have. So I'll put that in here, and it'll basically say like a preview or something like that. I think preview is what I'll name it. So I'll come back and do that later on. All right, let's go back to our loop here. Like most things in our world, if we do it in order and like we should, this will work great. Because in this video 1Q, I have set to turn off the announcement layer. Clears all that. It clears our props, which is our 15-minute countdown. This little smiley face man here, glasses and a mustache. I don't know why, but that's what it is to me. That changes what the screens are doing. So it basically turns on the output to the screens, turns off the lyric strip. No more pressing the stream deck for that kind of stuff. So if we press that, you'll see the announcement layer over here will go off. This will go off, and probably this will turn on. Let's see what happens. Oh, slide stayed on, but that's not a big deal because there's nothing on it.
Hey, I'm Whitney,
so,
and we believe here at Pleasant Valley that
I could have put a clear slide in there, but
my
doesn't
family
really matter.
and I, we attend Pleasant Valley, and we are so glad that you're here. Whether you're joining us online in your pajamas or you're here in...
So same thing as always, you know, when it hits 0, it does these things here, and this helps the video directors out. This one changes our look again, turns on our center strip, and then I don't remember what that one does. So I'm going to go ahead and click that. You can see this changed again. So you'll see now if we look at the back wall, now we got the band's chord charts, we got a couple of clocks, and we got their lyrics coming up. So but now let's go back to our side screens. We can see we got just our lyrics and our LED strip. We got just our lyrics formatted differently. So that's pretty self-explanatory. We're only showing one layer because we're not doing background videos or anything like that. This is like if you're bringing in video into the software, we're not doing that. Props is like our countdown timers. Messages would be like time's up, get off the stage, and then audio. We're not really running any audio through here either. Excuse me. All right, I believe that is the genesis of the stuff that is different. Arrangements works just like Pro 6. You can still click on things and add something. Oh, let me talk to you about the Stream Deck, the little black box that we've been using down there that a couple of you have had to use in the last couple weeks. With Pro 7, we no longer have to worry about the lyric strip. That's handled inside of here. One of the things that I added to that, though, is it's lower left-hand corner, and it just says help. If we get into trouble and this announcement layer is left on, theoretically, you could, let me show you, you could clear this, click on this, and nothing's going to show up. Because we didn't use this first one here, that it's got the smiley face man on it, that doesn't change the look. If that ever happens and we're in trouble, hit the help button on here, and it will clear everything and put that so you're ready to present. So I'm going to hit that help button, clears everything. You'll see it turns a couple things on here, but now when I click this, that does what it's supposed to do. So it will clear everything, So you'll have to re-click. You'll have to like click the next slide, or click the slide again. But if you're ever in trouble and we have no output, hit that help button, and that'll get you out of trouble. I also left in the loop button. Hit that loop button. It starts the announcement loop. And then I also added a just a record button, and that is it's just a record. The video directors have been forgetting lately, and so I wanted a quick and dirty way to do it. I'm trying to get that automated, so when it clicks this button, it'll press that button automatically, but I haven't succeeded in that yet. For now, don't worry about it, but it's on the Stream Deck if you're wondering why. All right, I think that's it. If you have questions about Pro 7, let me know. If you want to watch your own tutorial videos from that they released, it's renewedvision.com, maybe .org, but it's Renewed Vision, or you can look up ProPresenter tutorials. They've got quite a few, but pretty easy. I don't remember if I told you about this. I've done a couple of these videos, and I keep messing them up, so I just happened to see that. This is essentially an on-off for these outputs. So if we turn that stage look off, I'm not sure what happens, because I still show it. So pretty much nothing. Nothing happens. So don't worry about it. Probably leave it on just in case. But I'm looking at our video switcher here, and when I turn that on and off, absolutely nothing happens. So leave it green. All right, thank you guys. Appreciate you all.